Thanks, everyone. So my name is Mamana Mbiyavanga from the University of Cape Town, and I'll be quickly talking to you about the Afrigen Imputation Service, a comprehensive platform for African-specific genotype imputation and polygenic risk score calculation. So I think this talk is really about making use of the data that we generate and sharing it in a way that it will be beneficial to the scientific community, but also help improve the health of our populations. So just first to start, I think the first question will be, what is genotype imputation? So it's a computational technique used in genetic studies to try to infer missing genotypes. So when you're doing your genetic studies, mostly you use chip or genotyping arrays, and when using that, you'll have regions of your genomes that will not have any genotypes. So you can use this technique to try to fill in those missing sites or genotypes by using what we call a reference panel, which is basically a set of dense or complete haplotypes that you can then use to try to identify matches from your reference genome so that you can fill up your data sets. So it's a technique that has really been used a lot in genetic studies, and I think it's a cost-effective alternative to whole genome or exome sequencing because it's you can use this to achieve high density to fill in your data. It's really a fraction of the cost compared to whole genome sequencing or exome sequencing. And by doing this, you're basically increasing the resolution of your data. So you'll have more data that you can then test and then be able to detect signals, really enhancing the power of detection in your genetic study. And it's also been used in meta-analysis when you're trying to combine different studies based on different technologies or populations. You can use this technique to try to do that. And also recently with the polygenic risk score calculations, this technique is also being used to improve the accuracy of your scores. So I think that there's this technique has been around for a while, and there are some existing services that offer this kind of service that we're offering. For those who have used this, you have the Michigan Imputation Service, you have the TopMed Imputation Service, you have the Sanger Imputation Service. So the question is, why do we need this? So I think from this meeting, and we've been hearing that we have a lot of diversity on the African continent, and existing tools, existing reference panels have limitations. Most of them are really biased to having more of European data and not really representing African data in those reference panels. Even the tools that are used, I think, also are not really effective or accurate in African populations. So we need these kind of services that not only based on the African continent, but that also has really dense or rich African data that can help to address some of these challenges. And then more countries, even on the African continent, are moving towards really trying to keep the custody of the data in the country. So we'll get to a point where the data doesn't have to move the country. So if you want to analyze the data from a certain country or population, you'll have to do it in the boundaries of the country. So with this, I think we really need this kind of services on the continent. So what is Afrigen-D Imputation service? It's basically a web-based service application, which means that you can access it from your laptop, and really giving you a really nice user-friendly interface for you to do genotype imputation. As you could see from the first slide, it looks simple, but it's a genotype imputation. It's a very complex, exercise, and it's also very resource intensive, and it can take days to compute. So we need, as African researchers, to be able to provide this kind of services to the African community, so that they'll be able to do this kind of analysis in a very accessible and easy way. So it contains, we're providing comprehensive reference panels. I'll talk about this in my next slide. With really rich representation of African populations. We're still working on that to make sure that we have a good representation of the continent. The data analysis, even the data is handled in a secure way. So the infrastructure is in a very secure and scalable computing infrastructure based here in South Africa. And from this analysis, you get really good, the results are encrypted, of course, but you also get some nice reports telling you, how your imputation went, and, really nice summary about your imputation. So once you get to the service, you'll have your nice user interface. As a researcher, user that you want to do your imputation, you can upload your data sets, and the service that has tools and workflows to do the imputation for you also has a reference panel. The workflow will do quality checks, quality control of your data to make sure that your data is in a good format for imputation. It will do phasing or pre-phasing of your data, do the imputation, and also encrypt your data so that you can securely download it. And then you can download your data. So really not needing any help or assistance from anyone. So I mentioned that when you do genotype imputation, things that can affect the quality or the accuracy of your results, the tool that you use, but also your reference panel. So the other big services that I mentioned, TopMed, Michigan Imputation Service, they have huge reference panels, but as I said earlier, that we have really low representation of African data. So what you're trying to do with this service to make sure that the reference panel that we have has a range of African populations represented. So we started, when we started the service, we only had about 500 samples. But now with not the latest version of the reference panel, we have about 4,000 samples, which also includes the thousand genome data. And as you can see in the next slides, you can see all the populations that are included, currently included in this reference panel. So as you can see, we have a range of African populations in this reference panel that you don't find or get in any other reference panel, existing reference panels in other services. And as I said, we're really trying to work how to make sure that we have a good representation of the all African continent in this reference panel. So as we're building this, this service, we're really working on improving it, improving the accuracy of the the result that you get. So we've been, of course, trying to assess the reference panel that we have, the reference panels that we have compared to other reference panels. So as you could see, the size compared to the top med and the HRC at the Michigan Imputation Service, the size is really, there's a huge difference in terms of size. So last year we tried to just compare those existing reference panels to see how they perform. We're busy now assessing our reference panel against these other existing ones. And as you can see, in terms of the colors that you get, we see that the African Genome Resource at Sangha performs quite comparable to the top med, who has the biggest number of samples. And interestingly, what we saw is that the more coincident ancestry you have in your data that you're trying to impute, the reference panel with a good representation of African ancestry populations will perform well. So that's what we're able to show in one of these graphs. If you want to see more about this, there's a publication down there. And we're busy, as I said, comparing our reference panel as well with this existing, though we have a small size compared to the existing ones, but we're already seeing some good results. So you can access the service. It's freely available to anyone to use using any of these links, the QR code as well. So once you're on the service, you can register, and with your email address, and your account will be approved quickly. And then you'll be able to use some of the existing workflows in the service. One of them is, of course, the Genotype imputation. You'll be able to choose what reference panel you want to use, upload your data, and set your other parameters, and launch your imputation. You'll be able to monitor the progress of your imputation, seeing every step how your runs are going. And then, you'll be able to see the progress of your imputation run. And then at the end, you'll be able to download your data, see all the results, your statistic, your imputed data, and be able to download that in an encrypted way. So as we still busy developing the service, we're also thinking of adding some other workflows or tools that will help, run this kind of genetic studies. So one of them that we'll be adding in the service is the polygenic risk score calculation. We're working on that. We're also working on adding a workflow for being able to impute HLA types, which is, I think, it's good interest from the African researchers, and also add things like the genome-wide association studies pipeline in this service. So you'll be able then to do all of this. This is for the polygenic risk score, where we have the reference panel from existing repositories, and you'll be able to impute your data. And this is again for polygenic risk score. So basically, the service is there. You can access it, use it, and then we'll be happy to get your feedback on how how it performs. And we, as I said, we really looking forward to making sure that the data that we're generating, that we're collecting, put in good use for the benefits of our researchers. So just to thank all the data contributors. If you have rich data that you think that can go into this reference panel, please get in touch. We'll discuss how we go for that. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mamana. We have one question. It's only going to take one, so you guys are going to have to fight each other for it.
Really quick one. So, thank you, Mamana. I just want to know if you have any metrics regarding the use of this tool. So people are using it or not? If not the case, so this is estimation to push people to use this imputation because it's for that is not cool. And yeah, so
Yeah, so we have some few people are using it. So for now, we have around I think 30 users registered in the service, and they're really actively using it. Some for training, but some really for real applications for their studies. So we have people using it. I think we want to get more people to use it. I think it's still new. Working on it, so we're going to try to make sure that more people are aware of the service and are able to use it.